And after being there for a while, it starts to become lighter and lighter, and we see an entrance. We walk towards that entrance. And we walk out into another field that is on the other side of the cave, which is the Garden of Eden. And we're all there. We don't have to see each other. Just know that you're all there. We're all there together. And there are incredible things to see here. We're in a class now. We're not on mats. There's no music playing. But this is one of the most beautiful visualizations that it's done properly. To go into this cave, the cave of Hebron, to come out the other end to the Gan Eden, and to meet who we need to meet, to speak to who we need to speak to luxuriate in the light, the beautiful, soft, awesome colors of Gan Eden, the beauty, the sweetness, the loving atmosphere. This is where we all belong. We'll be sent back. We can only visit it for a short while. But really, it's so important to be able to know that we can come here. So you can keep your eyes closed. I want to read you this very special text from Rabbi, his name is Rabbi Yaakov Moshe Charlap. He was a student of Rav Kook around the turn of the century, 1900. And just such a beautiful text that he wrote. I translated it because I felt he really connected. He says, why is it called Me'arat Machpelah, the double cave? It's known that there are two dimensions, the supernal heavenly and the lowly earthly. At first sight, they seem to be two distinct and contradictory realities. The heavenly dimension is completely holy and inner, while this earthly dimension is lowly and coarse. In truth, however, had it not been for the sin of Adam, they would have been seen as two complementary aspects of one seamless unity. Really, they are that one unity. It's just that it has to seem like there's no heaven here. Heaven permeates earth. The soul permeates the body. The more real thing is the soul. The body is the carrier, is the little thing that's on this planet through which we walk in this world, and we can have an effect in this world. But really, we're more soul than body. We're more heaven than earth. Of course, that's a major paradigm shift. The left brain does not believe such things. It's not a provable claim, but you just have to know that it's true. So anyway, they would have been seen as one seamless reality. And he even says in Hebrew, for as above, so below, and as below, so above. Really, the Zohar teaches us always that everything that Hashem made was that everything below is in the exact image of everything above. There's a beautiful text. Do I have it here? Beautiful text from the Ramchal and also from the Leshem, that the trees in the Garden of Eden were trees, and the people were people, and the fruits were fruits, and the eating was eating, but the trees were not trees like we know trees. The eating was not eating like we know eating. The people were people, but not like we know. It was a different dimension. And so what the Leshem explains based on this idea, Rabbi Elyashid, is that Hashem made reality as one lower reality below the other, and there's trees in every reality, but we don't exactly know how to imagine the trees in the upper reality. They're called trees, and according to also the Shla, those are the real trees, and what we call trees here is a borrowed terminology. So you have this paradigm shift, and heaven becomes the reality, and this becomes where we came to visit, which is what Abraham's whole teaching is. The Ger B'Toshav Anochi. I'm just like traveling through. And the Chavetz Chaim, of course, knew it very well. And they all say, look at the Chavetz Chaim's house. There's always like a bookshelf and a bench and a table and a chair. Like, why is it so bare, Rabbi? He says, well, when you go on a trip and you're traveling in a hotel, like you don't need all your furniture. It's just like a place you're passing through. The Chavetz Chaim was on the level also, right? So we have to know a little bit too how to make that real in our lives. So the claim that heaven is more than earth, that heaven is the real reality and that earth is only the minimal. It's like How can we even say such things? Because we're in Hebron, because we're in... I have to tell you that a miracle happened to me today. I'll come back to what I'm reading. I met a man. His name is Rabbi Ginsberger. Rabbi Yitzhak Ginsberger. You ever heard of him?
Ginsberger?
What, you've heard of him? You've heard of him?
Ginsberger?
Yeah. No. This is Rabbi Yitzhak Ginsberger. He's here from Israel for 17 years. And a few years ago, he got onto Facebook, and he started to learn how Facebook works. And he understood that Facebook is perhaps one of the most powerful machines we have in the world right now for the spread of Torah. So he started to put videos of rabbis, Israeli, Hebrew-speaking rabbis, and he's gotten up to 130 hits for certain videos. So he interviewed me today. He did 3 10-minute videos, high level, high resolution, right in his. He says it's a $600 camera that's better than $3,000 cameras. It's not normal, and it's like. And so he interviewed me. I'm going back tomorrow for 3 more. He said by tomorrow 500,000 people will see you. And this is very, I mean, I was like, I came back from Muncie this morning. I was there last night. And on the way to Rabbi Ginsberger's place, I was talking to Hashem about what's going on with me and really how much I need him. And then I spoke to my Ima, and I asked her to forgive me for being so tough on her when I was growing up. And I asked her to really to be a Melitz Tov, to speak on my behalf, because I really need it right now. And when he came and started telling me the power of what's going on here, and then he did these interviews, and he said, what are you doing for Shabbat? And this is the only time I've come to New York for Shabbat, and I don't have a Shabbat. Like I had last week, but I don't have a Shabbat, so I was like maybe going to go to Muncie or whatever. He says, I have a place for you to speak to 300 people.
Where's that?
On Avenue U in East 3rd. And I said, he said, I want you to meet the rabbi. You'll stay with him, and you'll tell him, and he'll...
What's his name? What did he say?
I forgot the name. It's a hard name. So, like... yeah. So, this is, like, connected to a few other things that are going on here. And I have to tell you that my Ima, I really think that it happened through her. I had really a heavy relationship with my mother, but towards the end, my mother and I had tremendous peace with each other, and from that time on, she really supported me, and I'm the only one in my whole family who's doing what I'm doing, and it was the whole thing. So this is very personal, but that's what Torah is about. And if Torah is not personal, then who wants it? I bless every one of you, every single one of us here, everyone and everybody to know that heaven is real. Heaven is real. It is real. It's real. It's Hebron. It's what lechaber, like a chaber is a friend. Lechaber is to connect. Yerushalayim is called Ir Shechubra La Yachdav. Jerusalem is called the city that is connected. It's the Yerushalayim Shel Mala and Yerushalayim Shel Mata. That's what the message is right now.
Rabbi, I just mentioned from a scientific standpoint that Israel, how to put it, the sun, dips and falls. Most of us, maybe in North America, don't see that the sun actually descends during the day, during the evening, comes back up. I've never really noticed it here in the States. But if you're living in Israel, Baruch Hashem, as long as I lived in Israel, you notice that the sun at a certain hour literally descends almost out of sight into the atmosphere, in the atmosphere, and then it rises again.
You mean not sundown?
And not the moon. I'm talking about the moon.